Ba-na-na-na-na-na. Hey, ba-dum-bum-bum. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls of all ages, welcome to KocoSports with my tag team partner from Wrestle AM. This is AEW Dynamite Review, April 3rd, 2024. He's at Sid's Light. I'm at KocoSports. And Sid, we ask you, it is from your hometown, the Northeast, near the Boston. I have no idea how close it is to Boston. I just assume it's close to Boston. We ask you win, loss, or tie. What did you think of tonight's AEW Dynamite? If you are listening to us, put it down in the comments. Sid, win,
It's
loss,
a
or tie?
tie.
A tie.
Tie,
Okay.
but a weak one.
A weak tie. I don't know. I'm giving it. This is a tough call. I think I would have enjoyed it more, but I got spoilers from people that went live. So I feel like some of the cooler stuff there, I got spoilers. And here's my thing. If I go on Twitter and there's spoilers, hey, that's on me for living overseas. And don't you dare complain about spoilers at Wrestle Kingdom when it's January 4th. Don't you dare. But if I go on Twitter, I think the spoilers are on me. It's a live updating service. But if you direct message me spoilers, that's definitely on you. So I'm giving it a weak win, but I feel like because the most unpredictable parts were spoiled for me, I might have to give it a strong tie. So weak win, strong tie is where I'm going with this. All right, let's break it down step by step. We are reading the results off tpww.net. No affiliation whatsoever. April 3rd, Worcester, Massachusetts, DCU. Is that DC Comics University? Center. And Tony Schiavone,
Yep.
Taz, and Excalibur are in the booth. All right, we start off with the Battle of Wills. We got Will Ospreay defeating Powerhouse Hobb via Hidden Blade. Prior to the start of the match, Don Callis came out and joined commentary table for an up-close look at match involving two members of Don Callis' family group, and we could talk about that a little bit too. Following the match, Callis got into the ring, and Hobb started arguing with Ospreay and shoved him, leading to Callis quickly trying to defuse the situation. As Ospreay was walking to the back, data some music played for his match that was taking place next. It had a brief standout between the two and headed in opposite directions. And of course, prior to this, Edge cut a promo of AEW is awesome and pro wrestling is awesome. And I don't even like Edge, but I kind of agree. You know, what company you like better is a 3-second conversation, not your personality. And I feel like AEW with it's weird, all the WrestleMania talk, and I hear more about AEW than WrestleMania, at least on socials.
It's your circle.
It could be. I have no idea.
Because all I'm hearing about is Mania.
Really?
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe it's just what the algorithm feeds me. I don't know. I feel like the algorithm feeds me the same 12 things. It's like, all right, algorithm.
It does.
It's like, come on, spice it up a little bit. And not all that, but of course you have to say controversial stuff to get attention, which just sucks because the algorithm takes care of genuine voices. But we got off topic. But let's start. What were your thoughts on Edge? Hell yeah, we can do this together speech.
It was fine. It was a boring, normal babyface promo.
Yeah. And the Will Ospreay Powerhouse Hobbs match. What were your thoughts on it? We could talk about the kayfabeness of it.
It was
and
pointless. It was like we said when we were watching it. It was pointless because we knew who was going to win.
Yeah, there was a lot of
So
matches.
I don't really care about matches that I know who's gonna win, and I feel like that's been most of the shows lately.
Yeah. The big thing that I don't get is that there's a story where Will Ospreay's taken on a Don Callis family group, and we're talking kayfabe wise. Why would this benefit if wins and losses matter? The storyline is that Will Ospreay is defeating all of Don Callis' family. Most likely, Will Ospreay is going to be the one that leaves the family. But just kayfabe-wise, it makes no sense if wins, losses matter, why the matches matter. And the only one that he hasn't defeated yet in the family is Sammy G. So Sammy G will come in and I don't know if he's ever not going to be in trouble. So it's a weird situation. And Takashita already has lost to him, which is a dream match. So I don't know. It is a weird situation. The athletes are absolutely amazing, but the storyline, there is a story. It's just like, where is it going? I don't know. And it should be interesting. So there you go. Next, you got Bryan Danielson defeated Lance Archer. It was a pretty short match, pretty decent match, but once again, I love Archer. I've been
Very
watching him.
obvious who was going to win.
Yeah, and I do love Archer. I've watched him in PCW down in Texas. I've watched him in TNA. I've watched him in Noah, New Japan. And it's just, I don't know if he's a big guy that's just super nice. Obviously, he shouldn't be beating Bryan Danielson. But I feel like anytime there's a match, he comes out and he's just putting people over. And there's this thing where, I'll probably talk about this in a separate video because it's not just an AEW problem. But there's a thing back in the day during the Hulk Hogan days. There was
back in the day.
Yeah, there was like powerhouses that couldn't wrestle, but because they were big, they won. And then there's the generation ECW, Attitude Era, Shawn Michaels, and Tanahashi. There's all these smaller wrestlers that could put on 5-star matches, and now we have big guys that can wrestle, but they still don't get treated equally at all. And obviously, he shouldn't beat Bryan Danielson. But I just feel like, oh, there's Lance Archer. He's going down. He's not going to win. And there's just a lot of these big wrestlers that are talented, but get lost in a shuffle a lot. So, do you have anything you want to add to it?
No. I think it was another match where we knew it was. We knew who was going to win, and that makes it for a boring match.
And next, you got Billy Gunn versus Jay White. A lot of people on the internet
we popped for this on the entrance.
That?
Both of us, we popped for the entrance.
Yeah, the entrance was awesome.
I want to point that out. Like, we both popped for that entrance, him showing up behind him in the light. We popped for that.
Yeah. It was done really, really well. And first off, I saw this little fun fact that Billy Gunn is 1 year older than Iron Sheik was, and a lot of those legends were, in the Gimmick Battle Royal a few years ago. Damn, man. It makes me want to go hit the gym and be a better person. He looks absolutely amazing. A lot of people online were pissed that Jay White isn't getting pushed to the moon. I don't know. I think he's okay where he's at. And I feel like...
I think he's been in a good spot.
Yeah. They're mad because...
He's been utilized well.
Well, the people that are mad are saying because he lost to a one-legged MJF and now an older gentleman. But that older gentleman, it looks fucking amazing.
It's Billy Gunn. It's not like it's some random old guy. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And they've treated Billy Gunn pretty well the whole time.
And even though he's not winning or losing, I just think he's way... And this is coming from Serious Joe over here. This is me like, there should never be comedy everywhere. I think he's just better at the comedy roles. I don't think he's that good at the serious roles. But I'm also known as the biggest Jay White hater this side of New Mexico because, everything is awesome in Lion Club. Everything is awesome. So, I enjoyed it. I didn't know who was going to win. And, yeah, so let me just read what they got. Near the end of the match, they claim were shown on a large screen, being laid backstage, leading to Gunn being a distraction for a bit. After some more action, Gunn went out of the ring, grabbed the chair, headed back to the ring. Before Gunn could get the chance to strike White with it, the Gunns ran to the ring, frantic him, pleaded with their father not to do it. This led to Gunn getting distracted, and White hit him with a low blow, referee calling for the bell. And it was entertaining. We didn't know who was going to win. Obviously, they just keep it going. But they are not booking this show like wins and losses matter. Like, if wins and losses matter and you were going up the rank structure, you would just get hit with the chair, roll out, and take the victory. It just...
Yeah, that was what I thought, too. Is like, wins and losses matter, but, you're going to just get yourself DQ'd rather than just take and block the chair shot.
Yeah. Following the match, Bang Bang Gang attacked Gunn, leading to a claim run out to save Gunn and Braun break out the end. I am just so happy that these idiots ain't together. I feel like Bullet Club Gold has a lot of potential. I feel the Acclaim has a lot of potential. I think they were both on the rise. You put them together, it came crashing down. So them being separate really helps. It was kind of silly them being together.
I
So
agree.
AEW World Tag Team Championship Tournament semi-final round match. Fight! The Young Bucks, Matthew and Nicholas Jackson, defeat Best Friends, Trent Beretta and Orange Cassidy via roll-up. I was super excited for this match until my DMs told me everything that would happen. Thank you, DMs. Matthew Jackson pinned Beretta after Beretta ran towards Jackson, who countered it with a takedown and catapult into the exposed turnbuckle. Jackson rolled up Beretta, grabbed to the tights, and added leverage while the referee was not looking to give the Young Bucks the victory. Following the match, the dejected Best Friends were in the ring, reflecting on a tournament loss, an attempt to do their patented group hug moment. This led to Beretta charging and Cassidy laying him out while Chuck Taylor looked on sad over what happened and Beretta ignoring his mother Sue at ringside and left to the back. So I did not see this turn coming outside of DMs, and I enjoyed it. There was also a lot of references to the what is it called? The Scapegoat. He's like, hey, Scapegoat, I'm proud of what you're doing. Cry me a river. And it was just, I don't know. It was just a bunch of silly nonsense that I really enjoyed. But overall, I thought it was a decent match. I didn't see the turn coming. It makes sense. There was a lot of jokes in New Japan Twitter because Ghetto booked this storyline, and he's a genius. He's always adjusted on the fly, doing great. But there's a storyline where there was a mole. So a lot of people in New Japan Twitter was like, I told you he was the mole. I told you. Long-term storytelling. Overall, I enjoyed it. And I think the Young Bucks were pretty awesome in it. And I don't know. I got nothing bad to say about this match outside of my friends telling me what happened. So thanks, jerks. Love you. What were your thoughts on this whole situation?
I thought it was a fun match. I enjoyed their shenanigans, especially when he came and took the headset and was like, "Now go to commercial, you idiots."
Yeah,
That
that was
sort of
pretty
stuff.
awesome.
It was fun.
Yeah. So, and
Probably
then
the best match of the night, maybe second best.
I think the most entertaining match of the night. I think the best match of the night was the main
Yeah.
event. In ring wise, AEW's Women's Championship #1 contender match. I did not get spoilers. Thank you, friends. And I enjoyed this tremendously. But if I was a betting man, I thought Maria May would win. But Thunder Rosa wins, so she'll be going against Timeless Tony Storm. And I thought Maria May was definitely going to win this. But I thought this was probably one of the better women's matches that I've seen in a while from AEW. And if I just didn't go to TJPW's big event, probably one of the best women matches that I've seen outside of TJPW and Stardom. It was just fun, solid match. And it was the first match well, no offense to the Bucks, it was spoiled for me, but it was the first Billy Gunn's match. So it was just a good match I did not see coming. They started off with two predictable matches, and then it went up from there. But what were your thoughts on it?
This is the one that might be. This is my other contender for best match of this night.
Yeah, pretty solid. Did you think Thunder Rosa had a shot at winning this?
Yeah,
Really?
she was out injured for a while.
Yeah. And she's insanely talented. So is Maria May. And it's great. It's great to see.
Yeah, but Mariah May's in a lackey role, so her taking losses isn't a big deal.
Unless I'm making a mistake, I haven't paid attention to the records as much as I probably should. Neither has AEW. I think that might be her first loss in AEW. I could be mistaken.
Probably. She's pretty new.
Yeah. She was undefeated. And then as far as the promos go, Adam Copeland responds to CM Punk's dismissive comments towards AEW. I don't know. Like, I thought it was cool. I'm just getting tired of it. I'm just tired. Like, just fucking tired. But we talked about a little bit about that earlier. Mercedes Moné issues challenges for TBS title, AEW Double or Nothing. Also, you got to see Willow Nightingale. So she'll be taking on Julia Hart for the TBS Championship. It's insane how with May, with May, Nightingale, Monet, how much, and even Tony Storm, even though she's doing more entertainment than wrestling, how much the women's roster has insanely improved. So
Yeah, just look at how much more time they're getting, though. Did they improve, or did they just start getting enough time to be taken serious now?
I
They
think
got a match. They got multiple angles.
yeah. That is a very tough call because I think it's a little bit of both. Because May is really talented. Tony Storm, I don't know if we count her as a new girl or not. Monet is bringing a lot of eyeballs on. She's like the female Rock right now. So I don't know which came first, but either way, I'm glad we're seeing good women's wrestling. So yeah, and then I don't watch ROH, but a lot of reports say ROH women's division is off the charts, so it should be pretty damn good. There we go, and current card for AEW Dynasty. You got Swerve Strickland versus Samoa Joe. They did not mention a contract signing. Oh, fuck. I have to give the show a loss. I have a rule. If it has a contract signing, it's a loss. Samoa Joe signs a contract. They cut a promo, which makes no fucking sense. Sid's Light's like, why is the champion the first one to sign and the challenger's not willing to sign? It doesn't make any sense. Joe sells a chain and then beats the hell out of him. And then he pulls out a big pen and signs it with blood. And overall, as far as contract signings go, wasn't bad. It's just not my jam. And I realized, Sid, I was too concerned about the gold pen. I was like, dude, why aren't they using a gold pen with the blood? It's like too expensive.
Yeah, you were really obsessed with the gold pen. It was driving me insane.
It's just, they have a gold pen for the champ, and then they start brawling, and then, no. I don't think... AEW's Women's World Championship, you got Thunder Rosa versus Timeless Tony Storm. That should be a decent match. AEW TBS Championship, you Willow Nightingale versus Julia Hart. Should be interesting. It'll be interesting if Willow Nightingale... Because Willow Nightingale's really good, and Julia Hart's really young. So, I feel like Julia Hart's probably going to win this, but Willow Nightingale should get a lot of the credit. You also have the AEW World Tag Team Championship Tournament Finals, Young Bucks versus TBA. I believe it's FTR and Top Flight. Do you think they're going to do FTR Bucks again, and are you excited? Because a lot of people are tired of FTR Bucks, but I'm not.
I'm not tired of that FTR Bucks. I don't know how you get tired of great wrestling.
Yeah.
Pump it into my veins.
And FTR did, after the in-between shows... basically cut a promo saying he's pro AEW and boo CM Punk. I'm paraphrasing. It's just, I'm tired of it. And then you got Will Ospreay versus Bryan Danielson. That's going to be amazing. And then you got a trios match. Adam Copeland, Eddie Kingston, and Mark Briscoe versus the House of Black. I am not feeling that match at all. For the pay-per-view Dynasty coming up, I feel like every match is good. And that one's just, but who knows? You do have great athletes.
I don't know.
You do have
I'll
some
think
great
about
athletes.
it when we do our preview in the future.
Exactly. Well, they'll have more. AEW ratings are up, so yay AEW, yay numbers. Big number make me feel good. And a bunch of people responded to CM Punk saying, we don't fucking care. So AEW, there's a whole news story. Let me just read the headline. Eddie Kingston, Tony Schiavone, and Cody Rhodes respond to CM Punk. Cody Rhodes is like, no, AEW's not bad. Tony Schiavone says, who gives a fuck? Eddie Kingston's like, people got fired, dude. And you're caught up. You're caught up on AEW news. Or, I guess, the gossip bullshit news. So, the athletes were solid. I don't know. It's weird because, like, it's either, with AEW, it's either like, that's the most amazing show I've ever seen, or you're like, that's passable. And I feel like this week it was passable with a few things here and there. And it'll be interesting. The Collision is going to be on late night. It'll be on, I think, 11:30 on Saturday. And I think Rampage is going to be on late. And I think they pre-recorded it all. So, yeah, so it won't be live. Can you imagine how empty the arena would be at 11:30 at night on WrestleMania weekend? Oh, that would be That'd be special. That'd be something special. But yeah. All right, your final thoughts, sir?
I still think it's a weak tie.
All right. So hopefully they can bounce back. I mean, I think I'm giving it a tie, but I have rules. If you have a contract signing, it's a loss. So I feel like I'm giving it a tie, but since I put these rules in effect, you have to live and die by the sword. I have to give it a loss. Contract signings are fucking garbage. They're always garbage, and they just don't make sense. I am very anti-contract signings. If you're gonna do it before the show. Do it on YouTube. None of it makes sense, but that's just me. He's Sid's Light on everything, at Sid's Light. He's streaming a lot on Twitch. I'm at KocoSports on everything, and I'm returning this month. I'm deciding I'm going to return tomorrow or next week. I'm thinking next week because I don't want to compete with WrestleMania. So there you go. All right. Sid, any words of advice for the kids that made it this far? I think
Go to school. Do
to
all
school.
your studying.
Do all your
So you
studying.
don't end up,
In the Marine
like
Corps,
Hulk
Army
Hogan.
Infantry.
That too. Don't join the infantry.
Yeah.
Don't do it. No matter what you're thinking, don't do it.
Here's a hint. If someone is in their 40s and they're limping when they walk and they served in the military, that's
I
infantry.
like how you're saying 40s. If someone's in their 30s and they're limping,
yeah, infantry. 20s, infantry. Oh man, that's one thing that always gets me. Like wrestlers, they'll be like, "I'm War Dogs, Bullet Club. You've never been a wrestler." I'm like, "Bitch, shut the fuck up. Just shut the fuck up." Be safe, kids. Go to school. Become smart. But before you do any of that, like, comment, subscribe. With that, I am over. Hey, this is my favorite part.